My sound is clear. Okay. Today I will try to finish all the questions. We have few backlogged questions as well. When we are practicing, whether it is asana or pranayama or meditation, the more we are able to stay in the present moment, the more we are not looking into the future, the more we don't aim the result of what we are doing. The better your awareness, better your understanding, better the effect of what you are practicing. When we are doing an asana, we have the image of the asana. And we want to reach that final pose. So the aim is, what is the end result or what is the destination? Because of that approach, we miss or we don't see what is really happening with our body at that moment. So the whole process, the journey seems challenging, as well as a lot of misconceptions, wrong understanding, wrong practice, pain, injury, etc., etc. But if we are giving attention from the beginning and asking questions, raising doubts, evaluating our awareness, our experience, our learning will be faster, understanding will be more clearer. For example, when we do, say, Trikonasana, we have this image, the triangle legs and the arm going down to the floor. And that broadened chest, relaxed face. So we don't give attention what happens to the right foot, left foot, inner side, outer side, where the hip goes, leg straight or bent, how the muscle moves, what is the connection of muscles, joints, bones, with the energy movement. Without that attention, we struggle and forcefully going down, going down. But if we ask this question, why I have to keep the leg 90 degree? Why the other leg toes one way, heel other way? What is the relationship of the foot to the hip, hip to the spine, spine to the arm? That observation, that awareness, giving certain understanding, that understanding may guide, may show the path of your journey or one's own journey. The focus is not about the destination, rather the whole journey. Same way when we are doing pranayama, when we are doing meditation, instead of setting the focus, aiming the end result, we have to be developing this mindset which sees now, which bring the link from one action to other action, from one experience to other experience. Just by observing inhalation, exhalation, just by seeing the relationship of body movement with the breath movement, just by observing the nature of the breath and nature of mind, we can understand a lot about our daily life. Desires, what we want to achieve in life, what we have to do for that, what happens after achieving, what happens if we don't achieve, how we are running around without knowing where we are going. A lot of questions of life will be answered if we simply observe. So all these practice, asana, pranayama, meditation, it is to know the answer for the questions. What is life? What I am doing here, why I am living here. How this world exists, this universe exists. Science keep on searching, keep on inventing, continuously exploring, going from one planet to other planet, one galaxy to other galaxy, finding new devices, finding new technology with the same question, how this world exists, the universe exists. Still no answer. Yogis also got the same question, but their approach is, it is not you get the answer by external search. The possibility is there by inward search. You don't need to go anywhere to know answers for that. Wherever you are, from there you can still get the answer. By going inward. It is not that after getting the answer, you got something, you achieved something. The whole idea is, it gives the answer how to live, what is life. We human beings at various places around the world, with various theories, various methods, facing the life, approaching the life, living the life. But we don't know the exact answer, what is life. So the aim of yoga practice is to know the answer for these fundamental questions. What is life? How to live the life? Or why to live the life? Why I have to live the life? All these kind of questions. So when we are practicing, we have to keep this understanding, this aim, this is the result what we want. Otherwise, very easily we can get carried away by various other results, other effects, which we may get by this yoga practice. So every time you practice, be there, give attention to the changes happening in the body. Give attention to the changes happening with the breath. give attention what kind of mindset you have through which you are doing the practice, approaching the practice. Otherwise, we want to know various techniques. We want to know what various yoga book says. We will be keep on collecting information after information, techniques after techniques. But we will remain fundamentally the searching, miserable, unfortunate human being. So every small thing we keep worrying, seeing everyday life, facing everyday life with a lot of fear. Looking here and there to be joyful, to be happy. Going with a lot of comparisons, a lot of judgments, and keep on increasing the divisions which we have already accumulated a lot. In coming days, we will learn few more aspects of this pranayama practice. Obviously, we will come with a few more techniques. So, you need to know how to link from each session. It is not Ujjayi is different, Brahmari is different. Later, when you are going to do Viloma or other techniques. As we explored at the beginning, fundamentally it is inhalation, exhalation between these two. Just by observing this, already we will know a lot about our existence. So, don't aim, focus about the end result. Every moment, be there, focus there. Do without any compulsion, do joyfully. If you do with compulsion, then the whole journey already waiting for when I will end. If you do with that enjoyment, each moment will be like a child's mind, looks everything with curious. That should be the approach when we practice. So we are doing these weekend sessions to share as well as to get rid of all our misconceptions, understanding about this whole yoga practice, getting to know about our own practice, clearing the doubts. So that every moment when we are practicing, it comes with better clarity, better understanding. If we let go our misconceptions, already we will see that we get a lot of clarity. So I have a few questions. Okay, from the interpreter, I get the sound of Om originates from the mouth downward to the throat and the bottom of the throat, gradually going down to the chest and abdomen pelvic floor. That confuses me because in the process of breathing out, the air will go from the perineum upward to the top of the head. If so, the uttering of Om should be emitted from the pelvis area, the abdomen first. Okay, sound is not originating there, but we see already the inhalation exhalation process within the respiratory system. But the respiratory system functions means there is action of chest area, diaphragm, abdomen, pelvic floor, all have the connection. The sound definitely not downward. The very fact we have to open the mouth to create better sound, which means sound has to go out. So when it has to go out, means it is the upward movement, not downward movement. So probably some misunderstanding, whatever the thing, but not downward, it is upward. Please clarify the process of exhalation. Inhale, the air goes from the nose downward to the lower parts of the body, and the breathing out process begins from the pelvis, navel area upwards, abdomen, diaphragm, chest, nose. Yeah, so which we explained also one of the other session. Inhalation, exhalation within your respiratory system. It is lungs, heart process when you are taking out. But the movement associated physically, physiologically, it goes down to the all the way to the perineum. So the process, inhalation process, you can see that downward movement, exhalation process, you can see that upward movement. Okay, next question. In case of working in shift and overtime, what time and which type of pranayama should be suitable for practicing? Okay, that's a very challenging condition, situation. You have to work different shifts. Or if you have to work only in the night shift, or you are working 1 month day shift, 1 month night shift. There are people who have the different 8 hours duty. The 24 hours is the industries which is operating 24 hours. Like there are certain supermarkets 24 hours, 7-Elevens 24 hours, hospitals 24 hours, emergencies, police, etc. 24 hours. Then if they are working in that 8 hour shift, 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours, this 24 hours divided. Basically, our body rhythm is really will be affected. So the first choice, suppose, should be, if there is a possibility, change the job or change the timing or retire earlier. Now, if that is not possible, still you have to work, still you have to do the same job. Then you have to very focused, very much focused about how do you live these 24 hours. Say, suppose you are doing the night shift. You go to job after 7 in the evening until 6 or 7 in the morning, overall your working timings. A lot of people, when they work nighttime like that, their sleeping hours affected. They sleep very less hours. And their sleep also not that quality sleep. So best way is practice restorative postures, relaxation postures. And evening time, you have to keep certain hours before going to your work to do your practice. You have to arrange such a way that you are still following the principles of yoga at the same time you are managing your work and other life related things. So you need more energy in the night to work. So your practice, your pranayama practice, asana practice such a way, when you go to pranayama practice, it has to be more energizing. So don't do Brahmari before going to work. You are already preparing to sleep or preparing to relax more. preparing to go inward. It has to be more inhalation based. It has to activate the fire element, like Kabalbati, Pastrika, which we will learn if possible. So do those kind of kriyas to keep your fire element activate before going to work. After you finish the work, it has to be all in a passive way, long exhalation, deep exhalation, Brahmari, supine based practice. So these kind of pranayama. So the 24 hours should be very much related with your condition. So you have to have the schedule such a way to adopt this, which is possible. What is prana? How to improve the prana in the daily life and in practicing yoga effectively? So the very question, what is prana, will bring the answer, what is life? That very question, what is life, will end our search about ourselves. That's what we are doing actually, searching what is prana. As of now, just understand prana is the base, fundamental source for our existence, through which we are alive, we are moving, we are functioning, we are doing everything. How to improve the prana? That's what we are doing. By regulating the breath, by observing our body, observing our breath, observing the mind, we can improve the pranic flow. Easiest way, if you let go your desires, you don't need to do anything. You don't need to get up earlier. You don't need to take care of your eating habits. You don't need to do this, do that. If we just let go our desires. But we have still desires. Then we don't know this answer, what is life, etc., etc. That's why, okay, do this asana, do this pranayama, do this meditation. We are doing varieties of things in order to stop doing. Then this whole question of practice is about dropping. It's about letting go. It's about not doing. Instead, it is about not doing. It is about dropping all these doings. So that's what we are doing. Keep following what we are doing. Next question. After a while of meditation, my breath becomes softer and softer, as if there was no force, no organ function. At that time, should I continue my observing or activating the breath back to normal breathing? Okay. The whole idea of meditation is letting go the connection from the body, letting go the desire of doing something, letting go that whole function of the mind, thought process, etc., etc. So now, as you go inward, the breath obviously will change its rhythm. Definitely, it goes into this state where you can't even notice whether you are breathing or not breathing. So we want to move away from that. When it is happening, don't allow the stupid mind to go back to the body again to check whether my organ is functioning or not. My breath is voice after, can I activate that or not? Don't allow that to do that. That's what we want. Let go the body. When you are in meditation, we don't regulate the breath. Let go the breath. You don't do anything with that. It's about going beyond this. Your observation of the body, breath, energetic bodies, continuously that moving into that inward journey continues. So you keep going into that direction when you are doing meditation. Don't reverse back. So don't do anything with the breath. What basic breathing exercises and asanas help sleepers, snoring and hunchback? Basically, you are asking about pranayama techniques and asanas. See, there are for snoring hunchback. For hunchback, if you are already practicing Iyengar yoga, practicing regularly, the guidance of a teacher who has been aware of these conditions, it can be taken care. Just you need to put effort. It has to be a continuous practice. The whole body will be set in a right place, or at least you learn how to manage. Regarding the sleeping, snoring, it happens because of various reasons: age related, structural related, work related, mind related, various conditions. Okay. So it's not specifically you do this asana that will go. It is not about it. It's about the whole yoga practice, which includes asana, pranayama, meditation, as well as letting go even the desire that I should not snore. Why? Because you keep on trying to fix this and that. It will be never ending. You can do some basic stuff what you can. More than that, ready to accept it. That's why you need to know the difference between within your capacity what you can do and things when you do how you are doing it, not just for the result, rather that's how you are managing your day, your daily process, your practice. You can work on that. Okay, I have the blockage, how to let go the blockage. As we have seen, whatever the techniques, use the technique and practicing it. And furthermore, things will change on its own when we are able to address all the factors related with that. Now, I said for this sleeping issue, it is not just you address one factor, things will be solving. You need to look the factors related with everything, including the lifestyle, including the mind. So it is not about by fixed pranayama practice. Instead, your asana pranayama meditation practice, when it happens consistently, regularly, the body changes, the breath flow changes. But there are certain things you can't change much because of the lifestyle, even though you may be practicing. Why? You may be practicing 2 hours, but other 22 hours, it's a different life. Then you are expecting the result what the whole yoga practice is bringing. And there are certain seeds given when you are young. The body already gone in a certain way. And you may be starting the practice after the age of 35. On and off practice. Now at the age of 45, you want to fix the body. How it can happen? It can happen only if you are practicing the total yoga lifestyle. Okay. So see that what you are doing. What is the connection of sexual energy, prana, and the breath? How does one relate to other, and how can I see that connection? Energy is basically energy. Okay? Based on yesterday I was talking about this prana, 5 different ways separated. Prana, apana, vyana, samana, udana. Fundamentally, it's all prana, but based on the action, based on the function, we give this separate name. If you move the prana downward, it becomes sexual energy. If you move the prana upward, it becomes spiritual energy. We have a lot of desires, then this routine way of working, the mind which works with the past impressions, with the sensual indulgence, it will be keep on going. So that means what? We are not really changing the direction of the energy. Now, what actually happening or what we want to happen through pranayama practice or yoga practice, reversing this direction of the energy flow We don't want to releasing the energy downward. Instead, we want to raising the energy upward. It is the energy is there. We waste in one direction, which we can say as a sexual energy. We use the same energy, reverse it, and we want to move upward, raising upward. That's where the same energy becomes spiritual energy. What is the connection of the breath? Breath awareness helping to see how this energy movement is happening. The same breath awareness helping to see how these past impressions, our experience of the mind, keeping us with the same cycle again and again. And the same breath awareness helping to reverse this energy movement. So, just to give a simple explanation, simple idea about it, but we can keep on exploring that based on our ideas, conceptions, misconceptions about sex and sexual energy, sexual life, maybe some other time. So right now you can understand basically everything is energy, prana. With us especially, this downward movement, when we use the energy, sexual energy, when we reverse, when we are able to raise upward, it becomes a spiritual energy. Next question. This morning when I practice index finger, middle finger, index finger, middle finger on the eye. Okay, this one. The inner voice was concentrated in the eyebrow area. There is a difference between yesterday's practice and only the thumb is placed in the ear hole. The inner voice is on the left side is louder than the right side. Okay. Now, this is her experience. So now she feels more here on the eyebrow area. Listen. We are doing this mudra to shut the senses. We are closing the ears to stop hearing the sound. So take the mind to go with the sound. The mind going to with the sound, so we want to disconnect it. We want to draw inward. Now, you make this sound, humming sound, you hear that inner sound. And when you are not making the sound, basically we want to stay in that silence. If you hear at the beginning, as you start to beginning practice time, you may hear this sound, that sound, whatever that experience. Let go. Don't go search there. Don't go with that sound. Just let go. Let go means don't give attention to that. Give the attention to the silence. Give the attention to the gap from one sound to the other sound. So all these different experience, different observations will continuously happening as you are going inward. Just to be observed one by one, you need to keep let go, let go, let go. Okay, so that's the direction of practice. Okay, I think the same question written in a different way now. Please explain of where the sexual energy comes from so that I can have mindfulness of it and then I can focus more on breathing or meditation. So as I said, energy is the same. We will explore that if possible, some other session. If it is about the thought process, I understand this question this way, where that inclination, interest, the curiosity of the mind about sex and sexual related activities, where it comes from our own mind, from our own curiosity mind. Naturally, it is sitting like that. Opposite energy attracts each other. North pole, south pole, negative, positive. So that's the way feminine energy, masculine energy attracts with each other. It starts from there. Natural, it's very natural. Okay. But around that natural thing, we have lot of concepts. This is right, this is wrong. This should be done this way, this should not be done that way. Various varieties of complicated concepts based on your country, based on your religious practice, based on your family practice, based on various things. So first we need to understand what and all the concepts we have about it. Then we need to understand about this masculine feminine energy. Then we need to know when to use, when to let go. Do we need to really focusing so much on that, or it is just like kind of one energy activity? We see that various energy movements, right? Breathing activity, digestion, bowel movement, that also a certain energy need to be activated. Urination, opening the eyelids, yawning, belching, even you whatever that various activities happening within the body, everything happening with a certain energy, certain prana. Sexual activity also the same. It may be on the top, it is because of this opposite energy condition. Masculine energy will be attracted towards feminine energy will be attracted towards the masculine energy. By nature, by default, the system is like that. Now we understand, okay, follow yama niyama, brahmacharya. Then you read, what is brahmacharya? No sex, celibacy. Then we have a lot of concepts about it, misconception about it. So we can keep on explore about this because so many things going around that only, the whole world actually. When we study Yoga Sutra again some other time. But basically now you can understand that energy we want to transform not by force, not by suppression, not by, oh, I'm getting this energy, I should not get that, not by that kind of negation. It has to be by understanding, it has to be a natural transformation by connecting with this pranic movement, the downward movement towards upward movement. When it can happen? Again, when the mind getting into that decideless state. Whatever the asana we do, pranayama we do, meditation we do, is to get into that condition, that state of mind. Then it becomes a natural transformation. A lot need to be studied or discussed about it some other time. Okay, next question. Ian, can you post the questions? Can you post the questions I sent you? I don't know. Okay. Okay. So when chanting Om, exhalation is very long. Inhalation is more short. But when breathing is opposite, exhalation is short. Obviously, inhalation is very long. Why and do I need to adjust? See, it's two different things. When we are chanting, it is not just exhalation. We are releasing the sound, output. The sound is coming along with that. So there is no continuous exhalation activity. In fact, it comes with a certain retention of the breath actually. When you say, oh, actually it is not that exhalation happening continuously. It is exhalation, but it's more of a retention a little bit. Then it is about the expulsion of the sound, the output of sound. So that not don't understand because you are able to chant longer, your exhalation is long. No, not necessary. It's just that speaking capacity, that sound, using that inhalation, through there the sound comes out. So that's what makes the difference. You can check with the singers when they are singing that they have to go sometimes the high pitch or long word sentences. They need to take a deep breath first. That deep inhalation giving the capacity to speak out, to sing, to go into different tones. So it is not the same exhalation as well as this sound. So it's totally, when you don't make any sound when you are working on inhalation, exhalation, it's totally different. Okay? So don't think that way. Don't confuse that way. Okay, there is one question up on top. The sound of Brahmari comes from the bottom of throat. What about in Om? I feel it comes from the front part, different from Brahmari, right? When we are chanting Om, the O sound comes first, right? It starts from there. Then we want to stop, we want to end. So obviously the in part is not from that bottom area, it will be more towards the upper part or front part. So the moment you close the mouth, you have to end the sound. Naturally the im come to the upper part. Even you want to end the im, ma. Suppose you stop o, don't do the im, but you end the o. The ending part looks like even the Om at the front part. But the letter, it has certain area from where it comes from. In Sanskrit, when we say certain sound, it comes from certain part, like the throat area. When we say kha, 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 ga, gha, you can't say from the front part. It has to come from the guttural, the throat. Kha, kha, ga, gha, nga. But when you say ma is more of labial. It is more into the frontal part. Ya, ra, la, wa, ma. You can see that. So within that front part. But when you say cha, 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 then palate placement. So the letter sound, where it originates, it is different. But here when we chant the M finishing as you O start from the bottom, but what we want to do, this Brahmari sound, we don't want to bring the ending part also. You can see it will be when you finishing, you can still see it is coming to the upper part. Otherwise, the bottom one is longer or mainly happening in Brahmari, which is what we want. Ending part not at the bottom of the throat, it is a little bit going up. You can notice that. Okay. So your observation is good. Yes, it is that way. My hands are small in Shanmughi Mudra. If you cover the eyes, cannot block the ears. Always pulling here and there, what to do? There are other ways, like we can use the bandage, give freedom to hand. Other ways, for the ears, we can put the ear plug. You just need to plug, right? So we can just put the ear plugs. Now, even there are the headphones. They are very sophisticated headphones. You put there, completely blocked. You can't hear any sound outward. So it is not must that you have to use only the thumb to block that entry gate, that ear hole. Idea is we have to shut the external senses. That's all. So various ways you can take care of that, and because of the finger conditions, various conditions, these are the way we can work. So one of the class we will do the bandage, using the bandage. We will see. When chanting Om, voice sometimes yawn, sometimes hiccups. Your body may be tired. Maybe you didn't sleep well. Also, the more we chant Om, it removes all the toxins mentally. So probably when you chant Om, it removes the physical toxin also. So yawning that way, it's good. Yeah, don't do together. Yan means yan, chanting Om means Om. Don't don't go that way. There are people when they chant Om in a different way, they separate this also. Ye, au, im. Aum. That's really killing the Om actually. So we don't know sometimes whether they are chanting Om or they are yawning or so. It's okay if you yawn. Hiccups, it should not be a regular thing because we create the sound. It may be releasing certain blockages, but I think it should not be there all the time. After some time, it should change. My thumb and point finger always separate without knowing. If I always focus on the mudra, the breath will be influenced. Um, as you are starting now, in other timings, not only while doing pranayama, while doing meditation, even at other times, you practice this chin mudra. Just in a casual time, just keep it there. With the practice, with that awareness, you can see that naturally it will go. But once you keep the mudra, you should not keep on go and adjust that. You have to focus on breath if you are doing pranayama. You have to focus on meditation if you do meditation. Okay. Next question. Can I do sitting pranayama after jogging in the morning? If your body is getting into the relaxed state, if you are able to maintain the passive state, yes, you can. But I don't know, why do you want to combine jogging and pranayama? Unless you are going to continuously do something else afterwards. Do I need to forcefully block the ear with thumb in Shamukhi Mudra? When I also using other fingers, thumb will lose a little bit. Sometimes can hear the sound outside. Is this right? What is the effect of this pranayama? I always practice, can it cure my right ear? Tinnitus, and it is nerves, tinnitus, and without organic lesions. There is no guarantee for that. We will still go a little bit more about the Shanmughi Mudra in coming sessions. We will see that how it works. If your fingers separating, block, not able to block, as I said before, we can use the other methods. Okay. What is the effect of this? Again, main purpose, withdrawing the senses, going more inward, One by one, I said, right, 9 gates are there, 9 entry points are there in our body. All the gates are shut and more movement is inward to open the 10th gate. That's the idea. So we will look into the other gates as well. We will see. Then you will understand more. After some next question, after some period of practicing the Ujjayi Pranayama, the technique focus on chest area, diaphragm area, navel area, pelvis area. I felt like this technique is doing the cleansing method, which is related to 5 prana vayu. Am I right? It helps that way also. But it is not only related with this Panchavayu, because when it goes to Vyana and Udana, it will work a little bit differently. But here, yes, prana, samana, apana. With that, I would not say cleansing, I would say more of awareness of that. So, by awareness, naturally, we can say cleansing taking place. But every day we are adding a lot of toxins already. So, the cleansing won't be that effective if we just do for 10-15 minutes. On top of that, already there is a lot of toxins. So, not only mentally, physically as well. So, it's a long process, or if we focus is on cleansing, then it has to be well directed for that. Okay. Okay. We'll continue the practice. Thank you all. Namaste.